I didn't vote for Obama, basically because I couldn't figure out what his agenda was. He wanted to scream change, change, change. Change what?
Tea partiers attracted big crowds in Boston and in Washington this last week, but new polling indicates a split between social and fiscal conservatives in the party. So what are they doing? What is the base? Politico's executive editor Jim Vandehei joins us. You did some interviews, Politico, in the crowds here in Washington and also talking to people in Boston. What is your sense now? Take a look at your own poll at whether they are social conservatives or fiscal conservatives or a little of both.
Well, it's interesting. We did a poll of the Tea Party activists that were here in Washington, and there's a clear split. I'd say there's the Sarah Palin camp, which tends to be more socially conservative, and I'd say about half of the people that we surveyed considered themselves in that camp. The other half are sort of Ron Paul libertarian conservatives. They just are really tired of government. Their anger is more fueled by what's happening in Washington and Washington's intrusion into their own life than they are, inspired by culture issues. So it's not a monolithic bloc, and we've been spending a lot of time looking both here in D.C. and around the country to try to figure out who exactly is in the Tea Party and how much success they're having and what kind of durability this movement might have.
When you also polled people about Barack Obama, you found quite a split there. People who think that he's a socialist, 76%.
Right.
Only 16% disagree. So is the one thing that Tea Partiers seem to agree on is a dislike and probably a lack of understanding of Obama and his policies?
There's no doubt that this is not a pro-Obama crowd. Most of them did not vote for Obama last time, would not vote for him next time around. But it would be a mistake to then assume that therefore they would vote for the Republican candidate. Many of them did vote for McCain, but when in both the polling data and interviews, we found that a lot of them are just as disgusted by the Bush years and Republicans who they feel spend just as much money and vote for bills that are just as intrusive as Democrats. And therefore, Republicans would make a real big mistake to assume that they have this base in their pocket and that this base of voters will actually show up and vote for their candidates in November. I think Republicans would have to earn their votes, and I think a lot of them would vote for a third-party candidate or do a protest vote to show Republicans are not with them either.
Very interesting data. Thank you very much.
Take care. Have a good day, Andrea.
Politico. You too.